University. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Bears of Ursinus College. Number 3, Bev Lewis. Number 4, Ashley Noto. Number 6, Julia McCann. Number 9, Kate Adams. Number 12, Abby Burkholder. Number 13, Julie Chernesky. Number 15, Maeve Leonzi. Number 19, Mary Michaud. Number 20, Grace Lynch. Number 23, Sophia Curtis. Number 24, Andrea Hook. And in goal for the Bears, number 31, Camille Hubbs. Coaching staff for the Bears, assistant coaches Alyssa Penny, Brandon Evans, Megan D, and the head coach is Coach Rachel Howard Franklin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bears of Ursinus College. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Profs of Rowan University. Number 5, Roylee O'Brien. Number 6, Fiona Lockhart. Number 7, Trish Gillen. Number 14, Sophia Shivo. Number 20, Sydney Helmick. Number 21, Hannah Lombardo. Number 22, Jenna O'Neill. Number 23, Elena Corson. Number 24, Molly Green. Number 27, Callista Burke. Number 28, Katie Montanaro. And in goal for the Profs, number 55, Mel Rogers. Assistant coaches for the Profs, Nicole Valiente, Lindsay Kate Smith, and the head coach is Coach Lindsay Delaney, the Profs of Rowan University. Our officials for today are Mary Sue Christopher, Lori Ryan, and Madison Terafenko. Now I'd ask everyone to please rise as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the NCAA, the New Jersey Athletic Conference, and Rowan University promote good sports conduct by student athletes, coaches, staff, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racist, sexist, or homophobic comments, or any other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or spectators will not be tolerated. And a grounds removal.
Welcome to Rowan Athletics. I'm Justin Locke alongside me is Dr. A. Here for some Rowan Women's Lacrosse first home game of the season. Aiden, what are your thoughts as they take on the Ursinus Bears? Both teams 1-0 coming into today's contest.
I mean, the thoughts are this year could be huge, obviously, for this women's lacrosse team coming off a big win against Drew, where they won that one 19-6. And now we're back here. I mean, we haven't been back here since soccer season, but we're back here now, and it's great to see this field once again. It's been a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, Molly Green, of course, had a stellar performance against Drew. Again, you talk about 19-6, 4 girls with 3 or more goals. Again, the hat tricks were on display against Drew. And for Ursinus, they had a great contest as well. 18-4, they took down Albright College at home. So the first road game for Ursinus here today on this February 24th, 2024 against the Frost.
But like in comparison to my to other family members, like I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
My dad's a Mets fan, and my brother, Boston.
Oh, even
I know,
worse.
but see, like I'm not the worst of it.
Yeah, you're not the worst of it.
I'm neutral.
Yeah.
Ah. God. Whoa.
How does lacrosse work again? Like quarters, minutes. Gotcha.
Goal scored by number 21, Hannah Lombardo. Ursinus goal scored by number 4, Ashley Nono. Cross goal scored by number 27, Callista Burke.
Back here, Rowan Athletics. I'm Justin Lock alongside me, Aiden Doherty. And it's been a quick shooting effort between the two teams. Aiden and Elena, of course, getting on the board, and already 3-1. Be a timeout by Ursinus, so I'll let you kind of speak on things here. What do you see from Lacrosse early that they've kind of gotten a 2-goal lead?
I mean, they've just gotten deep into the position because they got the free possession, which kind of got them not an easy goal. It's still hard. You got to get past the goalie and Hubs, but they were able to get free position, get on the board. They got on the board first. That was their second goal. And then right there, I mean, a nice spin move, dancing down that yellow line right around the net and right around the goalpost and the baseline, and turned in and got it above the high stick of Hubs. And just like that, it's 3-1. And Ursinus is going to try to talk this one over because their defense is just a little bit, you know, shook, if you will.
Yeah, the Frosts against Ursinus throughout their history, 13-4. They've won the last 8 straight, dating back to March 4th of 2015. They won 16-11 last time out, as Molly Green had good 4 goals in that kind of last time out. And again, Molly Green hasn't got on the board yet today, but she's assisted on that coursing goal that we just saw.
A couple opportunities as well.
Yeah, you're looking at it all around. I mean, definitely a chilly day here in Glassboro. 9:29 left in the first quarter, and looking at it for Ursinus in the goal, Camille Hubbs, sophomore. He's already 5 shots allowed. There's 3 goals. 1 beat on that free position shot by Calista Burke. And for Rowan in the goal, her 3rd start of her career, Mel Rogers, the senior from Stratford. Been pretty dominant last year. A couple of starts out there. And sat out that 4th quarter for Kylie DeBurrow.
Yeah, we'll see what they do out of the timeout. I mean, obviously, they're going to get possession, but we'll see if they can get something going. I mean, they have a whole 90 seconds to get something going, and we've seen both teams not really use even almost half of that shot clock behind the net. So we'll see what happens at this timeout. Maybe a little bit of a play drawn up for Ursinus. You know, a little bit of movement action, a couple cutters, and just trying to get around some screens.
So Lombardo be in the middle with a face-off. Going against Kate Adams of Ursinus. Lombardo already with the goal. That was the first goal of the afternoon. 1 o'clock start here in Glassboro, the first home game for the women's team. Just about to get underway on the face-off. And the Frosts with game possession. They do just inside midfield. Ooh, chicken right past.
It's a nice move.
Yeah, that's by Schiavo. Onto that right wing side, now going perpendicular behind the goal. Trying to inch closer. Get off into Burke, who had that free position goal. The 2nd goal of the afternoon. Molly Green now with it. Goes left to right with her juke move. Bounces things back out.
You can see all eyes are on Molly Green when she's kind of near that goal. Everybody's looking to possibly help. So it's opening up things for others.
Burke into the top here to Lombardo. Lombardo slowing things off into Green. Green looking to just run in. Called for the penalty. It looks like it's still going to remain things, so the foul's against Ursinus.
Yeah, so a free possession, I believe, for Molly Green, I believe, is going to be the one with it.
So Green this time on the right side. Burke had her free position on that left side.
It's not who you want to give a free possession to.
Green, 54 goals last season. This time, bounce shot. It's going to find it off the turf in. It looked like initially it was blocked that time from Hubbs, but off the deflection, gets another goal, and it's 4-1 here early. And
a little bit of a backspin on that one. I thought it was going to die right around that yellow line, the crease. But it spun its way inside off the turf, and Molly Green, who we mentioned, was scoreless for the first 6 minutes, but you can't keep her off the board much longer than that as she gets another goal. And had 4 goals last year against Ursinus, had 4 goals in the first game this year as well against Drew. So she's almost a lock for a hat trick, it feels like, almost every game.
Again, as the top 5 goal scorers last year, she's the only one that did not graduate. Last year she was a sophomore, first team All-NJAC, as well as Gina Contreras that graduated this past May. Lombardo again, and Adams face off in the middle.
Ursinus has to get possession here. There's no way around it.
This one pops into the air. There's going to be a penalty there against Molly Green of Rowan. So now Ursinus looking to make a push. Back to the back line of defense. And for Ursinus, they went 9-9 last year, 5-4 in their Centennial Conference play. Made the tournament, but fell short in their first round matchup. They're now on Rowan's side of things. Slowing things down into Machad. Had 2 goals in the game against Albright College just a couple of days ago. Now going left side diagonal of the goal. is Adams. Dishes it off in about 10 feet out. Spin move. Right side, almost mishandled that time by Mashad. She's going left to right.
Now they're using the whole full shot clock. It feels like already down to 40. I think it's the lowest it's been all game.
As Adams the one with it right now. Fakes her initial shot. Took under 30 seconds. But took a whack there from behind was Adams. And Rowan's going to pick it up off the turnover. And it's going to be Shivo.
As once again, Molly Green making the big hit to kind of get the ball out and create a turnover. Not only does she score, she also keeps teams from scoring.
Corson gets it off the pass from O'Brien. She runs past a sea of red jerseys. She's trying to get inside, leverage. Looks to dish it off.
Got hit in the head, I think, a little bit, but I don't think anybody saw it, except me.
Lombardo after the pass. Puts it into Green. Now to Burke on that right side. Back to Green. Into Lombardo. Lombardo, spin move. Look for a receiver. Gets it back off into Green. Now 40 seconds on shot clock. Back to Lombardo. She tried to split through two different defenders. Shot on Hubs.
Ooh.
And it looked like it went over the line, but it did not. So Hubs
might need some slow-mo replay on that one, because
I think she almost accidentally hit herself in there, but
yeah, I don't think it went in, but I mean it was right on that crease. So need that tennis CGI stuff that they have.
Ursinus taking their time here with Hubs. She dishes it off. Ooh. Caught, mishandled, and now picked up the other direction. This time by Montanero. She loses the handle on the pass. Looked to be scooped up off the ground ball. Close to Burke, the prof out to try to receive it. Going to be a foul there on Ursinus, the Bears. There's 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Molly Green dishes it off into Corson. Now passing it behind the goal. Profs using the shot clock to their advantage. That shot, flick one, no good. Stop there on the dime, left shoulder by Hubs. Now Ursinus looking to go the other direction. Go to push up the pace. Okay, Sophia Curtis, near side. Now she's going to step out of play. She was guarded by three different prof jerseys. Now pushing the other way is Trish Gillen of the Profs. Gillen stops, dishes it off. That time into O'Brien. O'Brien to Burke.
I think the one thing about lacrosse to me that's kind of fascinating is all the lacrosse balls on the outskirts, and kind of keeps the game flowing a little bit better. You can only imagine if that was like soccer. There's just a bunch of soccer balls hanging around the sideline.
There's Lombardo, looks to dish it down low into Green. Green shot on goal is too high for Hubs to stop. And Molly Green gets on the board early, and it's now 6-1 on the board here for Rowan on top of Ursinus.
Yeah, Molly Green once again got it, kind of flashed in the middle, got the pass, turned around, spun, and just, you're not stopping that shot. I mean, she aimed it perfectly, and Hubs can only stop that one with her stick, but you couldn't get that one. It was a little bit top shelf over to the left, and Molly Green once again getting on the board. Her second goal already halfway to what she had in the first game, and we're still in the first quarter.
Get back to the face-off. I touched on it a little bit in the beginning of the game, but TCNJ, obviously the top team in the preseason poll, Cross second. They made the NJAC final last season for the third straight year. Again, they just fall short against TCNJ. And Aidan, what do you think they had to do this year to, obviously this being a non-conference game, what is it going to take down TCNJ later in the season?
I mean, it's just going to take smart possessions. I mean, I mentioned it multiple times. You have a lot of time, 90 seconds. You can't have empty possessions where, you're kind of forcing shots even though there's still 45 seconds, because sometimes that eternal clock can kick up and you'd be like, I think we got to do something soon. But then you look at the clock. I mean, you got a lot of time. So I think it's just smart possessions, which this team does a good job of, and capitalizing on these smart possessions and getting the best look you possibly can get. Whether that is going very quick or going very slow, you just kind of have to find a good mix between the two.
back off, face off. Lombardo looks to catch it. She does. Lombardo, one of the 4 goal scorers in today's contest for the Profs. Look to run past the defender and Sammy Lusner. Now Gillen with it. Passing it off behind the goal of Ursinus to O'Brien. Taking time as the sub comes in for the Profs. As Lombardo dishes it to Corson. Left side of the goal. Try to dish it down low. Shot that time on the goal. Gets past it. Another beautiful find. Looks like Calista Berker's 2nd goal of the afternoon. It'll push things to 6-1.
I mean, what a pass. I mean, a cut from the far side, and then on the near side, they're kind of just running at each other in a sense, and they get it in, and Calista Burke does a good job of turning her body and then just firing it in the back of the net. I mean, they just are dominating, and like I just mentioned, they're capitalizing on every possession. I mean, they went, you know, it only took them 30 seconds to really get that shot off, but it was a good shot, and it was a good play design with the cut, and they connected, and once again, I mean, so far, it's early domination for the Profs.
Yeah, she's matched her efforts of her game against Drew. 2 goals for Burke, 2 goals again. The Profs, again, they went 14-5 last season. Starting off their season 1-0, looking to make it 2-0. First home game here. Up to a 5-goal advantage, 4-11 on the first period clock. That time on the assist, it was by Atlantic Corson, so a goal and an assist for her. She had 2 assists back on Wednesday against Drew. Ursinus going to gain possession, look to push the other direction, this time with Welcher. Well, left to right, dish it off, perpendicular behind the goal, shadow side. To get some near the goal, dish down low, shot on goal, off the bounce is good for Ursinus. So 6-2. They did not take that much time off the clock. They were 30 seconds to get their first goal in a while.
Yeah, they did a good job, and it almost seems like the last Props goal was the same exact thing, a cut inside and doing a good job of Noto to get, you know, torque her body in a way to kind of fired it at the turf actually, but it bounced up and into the net.
Yeah, so Maivo Leonzi gets the assist from Noto on that goal. Leonzi again 2 goals also in that afternoon game against Albright. We're seeing a lot of similar success from the first game to the second game. Who's we getting on the board? 3:43, 6-2. Just tuning in, Justin Lock and Anu Doherty on the call. Bardo again, and Kate Adams in the middle. That one's skied in the air, pop up, and he's going the other direction for Ursinus, looking to get back on the board like they just did.
Good job by Ursinus, because you want to like steal these possessions, these back-to-back possessions, and that's how you're going to get back into this one.
A little bit of a mishandle, and a foul there from the Profs, so remains Ursinus. Going behind the goal again. Worked last time for them. They got into their spots relatively quick. With the reception, Jamie Machad, both the Machad sisters on the Bears roster. It's her sister, Mary Machad, runs to the middle. Shot, another one. Ursinus finding their rhythm as Mary Machad, the senior, gets in there and is now cut the lead to 6-3.
Yeah, good job once again. Back-to-back possessions, they're crucial. I mean, you saw Rowan take advantage of them early. You know, score a goal, win the face-off, score another goal, and that's what Ursinus just did. And all of a sudden, you know, it's just 3 goals. I mean, it's not too big of a task for Ursinus anymore after those great back-to-back possessions.
So again, 30 seconds ran off the clock there. So within a minute, Ursinus has scored twice. Look to set in the middle. That'll be Riley O'Brien, the one to face off in the middle for Rowan. Riley O'Brien, the sophomore. This one mishandled there by the Profs. So O'Brien gets tripped up. Now running for it it was Shivo, and she picks it up. She's just around midfield, the top of the field. Looks to be a foul there against Ursinus.
Gotta chase the ball down as nobody really knew where it went after the collision.
Back to midfield it goes for the Profs. Looking to go their way is O'Neal. Gets it up ahead. Into Green. Already got those 2 goals. 6 on the season now. Going behind. Into Gillen. Back to Landon Corson on the left side. Looking to speed through the jersey. Shot. It's deflected off.
And it's going to count, okay, because the whistle was blown before the shot, so a little bit of an interesting whistle, but I guess it's almost like a continuation. If they score, you kind of blow off the call. So goal counts, and just like that, 7-3, I believe. Don't know what the whistle was for. I think she got bumped, but.
23, Elena Corson.
Yeah, so it was by Landon Corson. She definitely got whacked on the way in there. And I think that's what the foul was called for, but the ball did trickle in, and now 7-3. We've seen now 3 goals within the span of a minute and a half in this contest. Looks like Lombardo will come back in for O'Brien. Lombardo was one of the 2 honorable mentions last season. The All-NJAC first team. Scored 37 goals herself. So it's dishing off 17 assists. She looks to win this crucial possession. Score now 7-3 with 2:15 to go. Ursinus picking it up. Mary Michaud got one of the last 2 goals for Ursinus. Dishes it off. Slowing things down, Ursinus. Top of the field. Pass behind the goal on the right side. Into Jamie Michaud. Look for receiver. She goes left to right with her juke. Now right to left. Splits through the middle. Gets blocked from behind off a stick of the Rowan Profs. Now a handoff into Mary Michaud. She looks speed pass. Bounce shot. Ooh. Too far. This is from Maine Ursinus. Possession. Going left to right. Trying to get around Montanero of the Profs. Now slowing things down. Ais. Picked up off the missed handle.
Got a little too excited. Thought she had a clear lane and kind of forgot to catch it first. Back to Jamie Michaud. Slowing things out. Dishes off. Another mishandle. Now 30 on the shot clock. It's bobbled again. Lombardo with the presence on defense. Kicks it away. Let's scoop it up, and she does, the ground ball. Looks like there's going to be a call. Yeah, she drew the foul on that one. Both people were going for the ball, but Lombardo got it to it first, I believe.
So Lombardo will have it once play resumes. So Lombardo picks things up. Under 50 seconds to go in the first. So that pass intended there for Burke, mishandled. Now going the other way is going to be Jamie Michaud. She's putting on the burners, going through a pair of white jerseys. She bobbles it off, picks it off, second bounce. She's got some daylight to work with.
She's trying to go coast to coast.
She's going left to right now. Now going behind the goal. She's getting defended there by Shivo. She gets doubled. Kicks it out left wing side. Before receiver gets it into to Mary Michaud. And there'll be a call with 13.4 seconds left.
Yeah, whistle, and
looks to be the other direction, so Profs have it.
The clock didn't stop.
Yeah,
so
did not restart.
Excuse me.
And now the clock's running off about 4.5 seconds. So Profs will have 9 seconds to go the distance of the field. So get it around maybe 10 steps in front of their goal. Lombardo will be the one with possession.
So they're resetting the clock to 13.5 seconds. We're waiting for that. Don't know how much you can do in 13.5 seconds, but maybe you could just throw up a prayer and hope one of your teammates can come down with it.
So clock stayed at 9.3.
Yeah, they didn't
Lombardo
fix it, but
going over into Corson. 4 seconds. Going right to left. And that'll do it for the first quarter. 7-3, the Profs got out to an early 6-1 lead, but the Bears or Ursinus marched back in with 2 goals of their own, and another goal from Corson made it 7-3. Justin Lockett and Doc be back after a couple of minutes here on Rowan Athletics. Back here, Rowan Athletics. I'm Justin Locke. Alongside me, Aiden Doherty for some Rowan women's lacrosse. The first quarter, should say first period, excuse me. Profs up 7-3 here, Aiden, and it was a mixed scoring effort. Again, top scorers, one being Molly Green, 2 from Corson, Lombardo, as well as Cliff Burke. So 3 girls with 2 goals already, and you talked about hat tricks at the beginning of the game, and there's a good chance we see at least 2 of those today here this afternoon.
oh yeah, at least 2. I mean, you already have, you know, multiple people with 2+, so I think that's what you're going to see. I mean, from both sides as well, because it's been high scoring so far. I mean, we're on pace for what, a 28 to 12 game, and Ursinus has started to pick up offensively in the back half of that first quarter. So we'll see what they can do out of the break, but as they switch sides here.
I mean, combined in their first 2 games, I should say first game each, they combined for 34 goals in their wins. As Pross will have possession, Molly Green with it. Now going left or right on the timeline. She dishes it off. It's mishandled that time by O'Brien, and Burke tries to pick it up between the legs that time of Adams. Gets mishandled, and she trucks over O'Brien. Wow. As O'Brien definitely got a whack there. She's running to the sideline. And crazy enough, it looks like it's Ursinus' possession still.
Yeah. You can get the foul and the worst of it. That's it's got to be a bad feeling.
Wait for clock to resume. 14:48. Ursinus getting down by 4, 7-3. As she mishandles it near side. That's by Julia McCann, who had 3 goals in that game against Albright. We're also going to pick it up off the stick, and Molly Green does just that. Green looking to spin around her defender, McCann. Dishes off into the right side. This time into Lockhart. Let a goal against Drew. Dish it off. Lombardo. Back to Burke. That swing 2 over to Molly Green. Right back to Burke. Now Lombardo. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Left to right. Dishes it back off to Burke. Burke going to run past her defender. She does. High pass over the top. Right side. Slow things out. Green. Dishes off high. Almost picked up, but it is. That time by Corson. Now Burke, left to right. 2 steps it over to the right side. That time in a Lockhart. Now 35 on the shot clock. Green. Again, perpendicular behind the goal. We'll speed things up. To Gillen. Gillen dishing it off behind the goal. That one almost mishandled, but caught by Burke. Burke dishes off down low. Shot on goal, good. Trish Gillen off the reception. Excuse me, that should be Fiona Lockhart. But 13-18, and all it took around a minute and 40 seconds for the Profs to use the entire shot clock. And they got the goal to work there.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier in this game, kind of when talking about Ursinus and what this Rowan team needs to do when it comes to this season in general. And look, they've gone quick, they've gone slow, they've gone in between as well. They have done a good job at balancing their attack, and they did it once again there. It kind of felt like you're like, man, this has been going on. This possession has been pretty long, and it was. But they didn't hurry up their eternal clock, and they just said, hey, we're just going to get the best shot possible, and they got a very good shot, and it was a very good finish. As, you know, the Profs now up 8-3 once again after Ursinus kind of cut that deficit in half, but Rowan has responded with 2 unanswered.
Lockhart again had 1 goal against Drew, and now 1 goal here against Ursinus. Pushes the lead to 5, 8-3, 13-18 left in the second period. It's a face-off again between Kate Adams and Lombardo. As it's possession, won by the Profs. Able to push the pace. Shivo, top of the field. Dishes it off into Corson. Flicked over to by Burke. Burke down to Molly Green. At Lombardo. Back to Green. Now to Burke. Dish it off behind. Into Lockhart. Now to Gillen. Gillen looking for a receiver. Gets it into Lombardo. Lombardo dishes down low into Lockhart. Lockhart looks to spin. Shot. This time stopped there by Hubs. And whenever the line to Ursinus will have possession. That time a great stop there from the sophomore Camille Hubs. Hubs looking for receiver. Over the top, caught. We'll push the pace. Is Cherneski, one of the key contributors last season as well.
Nice move, but
she got swiped from behind that time by Lombardo afterwards. Looks to be a card against her.
a couple nice moves though, a spin and then switching hands so that slap didn't matter and kind of sends a Rowan player off due to a yellow.
Possession back in for Ursinus, getting down 5. 12 minutes left here in the period. Dishing it off. Out on the right side. We're going to go around Molly Green on the defense. Get into McCann. McCann splits through a couple white jerseys. And looks to be a foul that time against Ursinus. So the Pros will have possession.
Yeah, some good defense against Ursinus because McCann is, again, one of their top scorers as she's coming off a hat trick in game number 1. So they do a good job of stopping because it looked like she had a lane for a bit, but kind of closed pretty quickly.
Ursinus. Look off the dribble. Gets it back. Back midfield. Into Cherneski. High pass. Top of the field. Gets it in a little bit back and forth action between the two of Adams and Zazin. Ursinus.
It's a nice cut inside, but weren't able to really connect off to a tough angle, but it looked like they possibly had a chance there.
High pass over the top. It's into McCann, going left to right. Tries to dish it off, mishandled. Will be chased down. Two different white jerseys in the area, and Mon Green scoops it off the one bounce. Pross looking to get it out of their goal. A little bit of a shove that time. That was by Nato. So Pross looking to push. A little bit of a spin move. That time by O'Neal. 10:15 left, second period. High pass, mishandled. Turns it over. Ursinus, that was off the stick there of Lockhart. Now Ursinus going bottom of the top of the field. It's scooped up by Mashad. Trying to outrun O'Brien.
Gotta wonder if the wind's playing a factor in some of these passes, because some of these passes are a little off. Wind's picking up here for sure.
Chilly day here, late February. Not springtime yet. It gets off behind here for Ursinus. Looking to march back. Down 5. While the reception will be McCann. McCann left side of the goal. Going right to left with her juke move. Tried to spin off the defender. Takes things back out. Off the give and go to McCann.
And it's kind of like clear out for McCann if you're looking the way Ursinus is setting up right now.
McCann right to left with her juke, spins as she gets tested by 3 different jerseys. Shot clock's under 30. Dish off low. Picked up. Left side. Right to left Adams. Adams shot. Denied that time by Rogers and is picked up by the Profs. Another push from behind. It's Nato again, kind of.
A little bit of a frustration foul, I think. And it looks like a timeout will be called.
Timeout on the field called by Rowan.
Back here, Rowan Athletics. I'm Justin Locke alongside me, Aiden Doherty. Rowan Women's Lacrosse out of the timeout. 8-3 the Profs. Looking for their 2nd straight victory. Will be their 9th straight victory against Ursinus. And their first win that started that streak was in 2015. Ever since they have not lost to Ursinus, and it's been a mixed effort. Team goal scorers, Lockhart with 1, Lombardo 1, 2 from Corson, 2 Green, and 2 by Callista Burke. Ursinus wearing red, Pross wearing white.
It is always interesting to bring up history between two teams because it's like, man, they really haven't beat them since, what was their last one, 2014, I want to say? Because the first win of this win streak was 2015. I mean, it feels like a long time ago, but I mean, you only play each other once a year for the last, couple years, dating back to, I believe, 2005 it is. So, but it's always interesting to bring it up. History between two teams.
As Gillen goes coast to coast from left to right on the timeline. Nobody could stop her. The sophomore from Fanwood, New Jersey gets on the board. Makes it a 9-3 contest between Rowan and Ursinus.
I mean, it felt like we were just kind of chilling back, and then she decides to push the pace, go inside a little bit, of a step through, and then corks her body away to turn back, fire. And once again, I think one of the best things about lacrosse and scoring is there's so much to it. I mean, you can go high, you can bounce it in, and there she kind of did a little bit between. She kind of fired it from the top all the way down to the bottom, and it got in off the bounce. So it was a good goal, and I mean, Rowan is just really showing out here in their first home game.
Yeah, Rowan led by head coach Lindsay Delaney, also a Rowan alumni, 2003 graduate, 17th season. Been to the conference final again. As I said, the last 3 seasons they've fallen short to the same team, TCNJ, second in the preseason poll, and as they have shown here through the first 2 games, obviously this game's not complete, but they have looked like a top team in the NJAC and all of D3 lacrosse. But the Pross look to pick it up, and they do near side. A little bit of a shove from behind as it's dropped that time by Shivo, and Ursinus going to pick it up off the turnover. A little bit of a swipe action by Shivo. And that's last touch by Ursinus. Here's some boos from the crowd. Didn't like that one.
Ursinus is faithful, showing up here.
It's Trish Gillen, who had the last goal, looking to put on the burners again. Top of the field, almost runs into the ref. Going right to left. Third juke move, back out. This pass dished off into Green, a high one. Now a scoop. Covered there by Lombardo. Lombardo gets it off into Corson. Now behind the goal, into Gillen. This is Venner Hunter backside. Gets it off into Lockhart. Now to Lombardo. Left to right with her. Juke move gets past her. Almost a bounce shot. Gets deflected off the stick. Now gonna dribble out. A little bit of a push move here. Gets it off into Lockhart. She gets run over that time, but no foul called. It's under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Pass behind the goal, 40 on the shot clock. A little bit of a smooth move that time by Corson. She gets into Lockhart. On the top. Now to Lombardo. Lombardo looking for a receiver. Under 25 seconds. It gets swatted from behind. Good recovery by Ursinus. That time by McCann on the stick. Chast in midfield, right to left on the timeline. High pass, this time to Bastion Pastor. Stitched up ahead into Mashad. Mary Mashad, the senior. Had 3 goals in the contest against Albright. So Ursinus now down by 6, looking to get back on the board. Something they did well at the end of the first. Looking to go around and gets the goal to go. Again, when they use the shot clock well, Ursinus is dangerous. And now they've cut it to a 9-4 deficit.
A nice shot with the wraparound, kind of a tough shot as your kind of full momentum's going one way and you're trying to fire it back the other way. And just like that, they scored, and Ursinus, once again, maybe they could play like they played in the back half of the first quarter. They can possibly play great here in the back half of the second as well. We'll see if it continues, because in the first, they got a goal, and then they won the face-off, and then they got another goal, and they kind of created their own momentum before the Pross stole it back. But we'll see if Ursinus can continue that here as a face-off soon to be underway.
Grace Lynch, the goal scorer there. She had 3 against the Albright College back on Wednesday. Again, they had 4 girls with some hat tricks against Albright, and the Pross had a similar outcome against Drew.
Yeah, both teams coming off dominating wins.
As for Ursinus, they have 4 different goal scorers, with the Pros and multiple girls with 2 goals each. So they won the possession. Ursinus did. They're going top of the screen. Going right to left. On the field, last touched that time by the Pros. So Ursinus has possession still. Around 5:35 left in the second period. Close the half. Looking to close out the half strong. It's dished off from Buckner. Over to the left side. Into Mashad. Little wraparound move again. Right to left with the spin. Gets double teamed. Gets whacked to the ground. That'll be a foul that time against the Pros. She definitely took a stick to the back there.
Yeah, Lynch tried to do the same move she just scored on, and Pros on a double team this time and blitzed her, but it results in a foul, and now a free possession here for Lynch.
Free position shot here for Ursinus. Going left to right on the goal, and a high shot, top shelf, good for Ursinus. And again, they get the goals to come in a quick fashion. Back-to-back goals within a minute time span. And the lead is now 9-5. Ursinus again started off, it was 6-1 at the end of the first. Then 2 goals within a 30 minute, and it's again Grace Lynch back-to-back goals. Again, she's now got 5 goals on this young season.
Yeah, Grace Lynch kind of dominating now to start here in the second before we head to the third. She's trying to get momentum for her team, and like you mentioned, Grace Lynch had 3 in the last one. Now already has 2. Possible chance to get back-to-back hat tricks, and it's looking likely now with the way she has been in the last 2 minutes or so.
So 9-5, 5:10 remaining on the second period clock. Ursinus, their head coach, Rachel Howard Franklin, 4th season with the team. Prior to that was the head coach and started the program, the Sales Lacrosse, back in 2015. Led this team to the Centennial Conference playoffs last season.
Nice snag there.
Ursinus, more specifically with Mashad. Jamie Mashad splits through a pair of defenders, loses the handle on it, picked up that time and actually dropped. As Ursinus looking to track it down, Molly Green of the Pros, the nearest one to the ball. It's hitting the deck. Somebody's got to pick it up eventually. And they do that time by Nato. She dishes it off. Little give and go back to Nato, left to right with her juke. High pass, snagged. Now Ursinus slowing things down. Going behind the goal. Got plenty of time, but love to keep their scoring going.
They can get the deficit back to 3, which was what they did in the first, but Rowan went on a good run once again.
Pass left side into Mashad.
Now they're kind of crowded on this left side. Mashad could possibly make a move to the right, but Molly Green had otherwise.
Yeah, Molly Green, great on both sides. That time gets the stop against Nato, and another high pass. Corralled in off the initial bounce. A little pushing and shoving near side. As with it was Shivo. And the one from behind was Bastian Pastor.
Yeah, Shivo was kind of dancing down the line here and got a foul.
Yeah, that one gets turned over the other direction. Leonzi, who had that goal early, has it near the top of the field. Looking to take her time. Under 3.5 to go in the second period. You're just tuning in, Justin Lock and Amy Doherty on the call. First home game for the Rowan women's lacrosse team here in Glassboro. As McCann dishes it off into Mashad. Now right side into Bowen. Bowen behind into Lynch. Now left side perpendicular to the goal. Taking her time with the standoff. Shot that one wide right, and it'll trickle off. It'll be last touched by Ursinus. Possession going for the Pros. Pass up ahead. Over a couple of efforts there for Ursinus to stop the play. Is running off. Ashley Nato goes to the bench. Wait for clock to resume. 2:30 to go. Molly Green gets the possession. Green slowing things out. Gets it off. There into Montanero. Montanero over the top pass. Top of the field. Gets it in. Now behind the goal is the Pross. Look at the keeper, Ursinus, getting it back and going on another surge. Green now right to left. Gets it to Burke. Now Lombardo. Lombardo dishes it left side. Under 2 minutes to go in the period. Now just to Burke. Mishandles it. Picks it back off the ground ball. Gets it to Green. Also has some trouble. Crowded in. Cross under 40 on the shot clock. Get it back into Green.
They haven't had a good opportunity so far, but still a lot of time with 30 seconds on this possession.
Burke back to Lombardo. Getting swiped at that time by Vizian. Now under 20 to go. Pross got to speed things up. There's Gillen, who had a goal coast to coast earlier. To drill things out. Now 10 seconds. She gets swatted from behind.
Shot clock still going.
To 3 seconds. 2, 1. And a shot clock violation. Again, 90-second shot clock. Pross just didn't get a chance off at all.
Yeah, not too many shot clock violations you'll see. I mean, Ursinus really locked down defensively there, and now they'll have likely the last possession here possibly with the shot clock not really mattering as there's under a minute now to go in this second quarter, but we'll see if they can kind of get this deficit back down to 3 before we head to break. As there was some type of whistle, and I really didn't see what, but it happened kind of during transition of possession, I think.
There's 51.1 seconds and left in the period. 9-5. Let's see what they do. Usually call.
Yeah, the refs are going to the far side to talk with some of scorekeepers. Again, don't see what exactly is happening. Didn't see what exactly happened. As there was just a shot clock violation, and maybe it's a clock issue, maybe it isn't. We'll see.
We had that clock issue at the end of the first that they didn't correct, and ended off the period a little bit earlier than intended.
As the refs are signaling something, they're going to call off an Ursinus player.
Supposed to be
Nato, excuse me. Yes. She was just off. I wonder if maybe she came back
a little bit too early.
Early, maybe? I mean, we'll see.
I don't know. Kind of discussing over there. They gave out the green card there to Ashley Nato. She's now sitting down. Again, she's had a couple of those defensive kind of shoves from behind.
Yeah.
Didn't see what happened on that possession there, but
yeah, they need some clarification on the call, it seemed like, and looks like it's a green card, so we'll see when she's able to come back into this one. I wonder if this changes possession as well, because now this might be Rowan possession. And it looks like it is going to be Rowan possession out of the referees' timeouts, because Molly Green now just standing around with it. But the refs are still over on the far side trying to clarify what's exactly going on. It's game 2 for everybody. It's still February, and even the referees are, you know, getting used to the start of the season.
Once play resumes, 51.1 seconds. Pross will have it. They're both refs walking it over. Should 2 of the 3 refs.
Shot clock's back at 90, so I was wondering if maybe they would put time on the shot clock, almost like 20 seconds on the shot clock due to possible illegal substitution or something, but it looks like it's just going to be a fresh 90 for the Pross, so they can hold for 1 here if they won.
As play will resume. Pross with Lockhart. Gets it to Gillen. Dish off to Corson. Going left to right with the juke. Getting shadowed that time on Mashad. Green, now Gillen. Just off to a high pass, overthrown. Put it off the ground ball as a couple players hit the turf. That's picked up that time by Rowan. Now Green with under 20 seconds. Pross looking to push. Shot on goal, high, top shelf, and that's Callista Burke again. The hat trick for her.
Yeah, Callista Burke and Molly Green, that's a dangerous duo. I do not want to be trying to stop as a goaltender and as a defenseman because they got out, and you could call it transition out of the break, out of the loose ball, and they got it. They had numbers. They made a couple quick passes, and all of a sudden, already 3 goals for her, and it's just a second.
Now 5-goal advantage, 19.2 seconds. So even if Ursinus gets the possession, it'd be very hard to go the halfway down the field.
Never say never.
Lombardo and Olivo. The face-off, or the Prof logo, midfield. Mishandled by Shivo. She picks it up, going left to right. As there is a
You got to stop the clock. Once again, the clock just wasn't stopped.
Eight seconds left.
We'll see if they actually reset it this time, because it should be at about 14 seconds, but we'll see if the refs fix it. But it'll
Pross, look at one last shot out, going right to left, Lockhart. And that'll do it for the second period, and the Profs have looked dominant, 10-5, and in the goal for the Profs. 5 goals allowed. The Profs have just gotten their attacks off early. 3 from Burke, 2 from Green, 2 from Corson, 1 from Lombardo, 1 Gillen, and 1 Lockhart. Plenty of game to go, obviously, when we go back into the second half, but what has the Profs done better than Ursinus?
just better possessions. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Better shot quality. Every possession was pretty empty, you know, a couple sloppy turnovers, but the Profs really got inside. They really got inside pretty easily, and
The 5 will be back in around 9 minutes for the second half here on Rowan Athletics.
Mitsubishi is a proud sponsor of Rowan Athletics. Located in the heart of Glassboro for over 30 years, Matt Blatt is now the premier Mitsubishi dealer in South Jersey. Visit mattblattmitsubishi.com for more information.
Back here, Rowan Athletics, for the second half of Rowan Women's Lacrosse. First home game of the season here in Glassboro on February 24th, 2024. I'm Justin Locke, alongside my broadcast partner, Aiden Docherty. And Aiden, we saw a high-scoring first half, 10-5 to be exact. We're already seeing a hat trick from Calista Burke. She's got 3. Corson's got 2. Molly Green got 2. Lombardo got a goal. Gillen and Lockhart. And what could you say about this Rowan team already? Only a game and a half into the season.
I mean, you could just see that they look offensively dominant, you know, and even defense, but that's another story for another day, because right now, I mean, they're on pace to possibly score 20 here if they can keep it up, and they scored 19 against Drew. I mean, that's going to be possibly 30, almost 40 goals in a span of 2 games. And look, Drew and Ursinus, maybe they aren't, you know, the top NCAA Division III opponents, but they're 2 solid programs and 2 solid squads. And right now, Rowan is making them, you know, kind of able to do anything. And that's kind of why they've standing out to me so far through the first game and a half.
Last time these 2 teams matched up, a year and 2 days ago, 16-11 was the final. The Pross won on the road at Ursinus. This time, flip and rolls here at home. Lombardo and Kate Adams at midfield for the face-off. Cross down going right to left. Ursinus going left to right. And Molly Green looking to gain possession. Has some tough time doing it. She hits the turf, and Ursinus will have it after the turnover. Julie McCann, top scorer last season for the Bears. Gets it off. Now to Lynch. Back to McCann. Now to Jamie Michaud. Dished off into by Nato. Had that green card earlier in that first half. Now direct bounce pass. Deflected off that time by the right leg of Rogers. Second save of the afternoon. Pass feed in here by McCann. McCann pass top over to Nato. Nato looks for a receiver. Gets it in. That's time to Mary Michaud. Gets almost swatted away that time from Green. And now spin move. Drawn back out. 30 on the shot clock. Mary Michaud looking to get it back. Gets it behind the goal. Going right to left. Spin move. Gets a bounce shot in. And Ursinus gets their 6th goal of the afternoon. They're only a minute 20 through the initial minute of the 3rd period.
A good shot inside. Got inside, kind of between a pair of defenders, and again, we saw Rogers make a save with her right leg and a little bit with the stick as well, but that time we got just by her. A nice bounce and a good shot angle from Ursinus to cut the lead down to 4.
Now Grace Lynch, she's got a hat trick of her own. Burke with 3 goals, and now Grace Lynch of Ursinus, her 3rd goal off that bounce shot. And only a minute 20 ran off the 3rd period clock. So Ursinus not out of it. We've seen 2 goal surges from them multiple times throughout this game. Again, Adams and Lombardo in the middle.
It's all about stealing possessions here, especially if you're Ursinus down by 4. If you can win these face-offs and kind of get more possessions here in this second half, you could set yourself up for a possible comeback.
This one popped up. Green would have fight it off between her and Michaud, and Michaud gets it. Gets out to her sister, Mary. Dishes it off. This time into Lynch. Lynch running from the far corner, in off the dish. This one shot too high. As you still remain Ursinus possession. Going right to left of the juke, lost the handle on it. Picks it up, and it's caught that time by Rogers.
A missed opportunity there. They had a nice cut inside, a good look, but it was just a little bit too high of the crossbar. But they were inches away from making this a 3-goal deficit, excuse me.
Shivo would push the pace. Gets it off in Elena Corson. It's only 2 by Gillen. Gillen now behind Going to Lockhart. Dish right side. Into Burke. Again, he's got those 3 goals already. Burke passes it. Behind the goal. So plenty of time on the shot clock to get it into Green. Green left side. Going right to left now. Loses the possession on it. Ursinus looking to pick it up, and they do. They bobble it again. Mishandles between about 3 or 4 different players. It's taken back by Ursinus. That time scooped up by Buckner. Just want a high pass over the top. Timed by Hubs, and Ursinus looking to push the pace. Mercifully, Julie McCann.
They have some numbers, 5-on-4.
McCann going left to right. Runs over a defender of the Profs. Dish down low, and they caught Rogers sleeping there outside of goal. And another easy goal here for Ursinus. Makes it 10-7.
Yeah, once again, they had numbers. Looked like, I believe it was McCann who got slowed down and got a nice pass across. And I mean, that's just a hard save for Rogers.
Number 4, Ashley Noto.
It's Ashley Noto with the goal.
Goes to number 6, Julia McCann.
And Julie McCann, again, kind of pushed that pace there, got the goal to go. Should say got the pass to the goal. But again, we're seeing, once Ursinus gets that 1 goal to go in, Nathan, it seems like that next one is not even a minute after.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're stealing possessions, but they just got to do a little bit more of it. I mean, it's back down to a 3-goal deficit. They did the same in the first. We'll see if they can possibly get it down to 2-1 and possibly even tie or take the lead. But it's going to take what is happening right now and winning these faceoffs.
Lombardo. And now McCann was in the middle that time. McCann looking to scoop it up. Does a nice spin move. Almost intercepted that time.
Numbers again. 4-on-3.
Another chance for Ursinus to cut into the lead as well. That's when a bounce shot stopped that time by Mel Rogers, and it cuts momentum off there for Ursinus.
Yeah, a little bit of a quick shot. I mean, they rushed that one. That's one I think you could have slowed down a little bit because the help from both sides was kind of, I would say 10 yards behind them. You could have slowed it down a little bit and seen if you could have gotten a better look, but Rogers, very good goalie, was not allowing that through.
Now Sydney Helmick dishes it off into Corson. Ursinus.
It's big possession for Rowan here. I think if you get a goal here, it could almost, kill all momentum from Ursinus because it feels like they're right in there. But a goal or 2 could make it feel like a long deficit.
Lombardo gets it into Green. Green looking to run past the different defender. Dishes it back into Lombardo. Gets it swiped away, and Ursinus picks it up off the ground ball. Gets hit from behind on that one, and Ursinus still gains possession. Mishandle. Near side. Almost gets it swatted away. A lot of sea white jerseys defending. Going to the top of the field. Mishandled. Gets almost picked off. He just out of play. So Ursinus gains possession back off the Prof turnover. We approach 10 minutes left here in the 3rd period.
It's been all Ursinus so far in this 3rd period.
It's Grace Lynch with possession. Get to take it away that time by Helmick. Getting her first action here in the 2nd half. Lombardo looks to push the pace. Whistle blown.
Timeout, I believe.
A timeout that time called by head coach of the Pros, Lindsay Delaney, and Rowan. Take a step off, back out of the timeout here on Rowan Athletics. Back here on Athletics, out of the timeout by the Rowan Lacrosse and head coach Lindsay Delaney. I'm Justin Locke alongside me and my broadcast partner Aiden Doherty. Tune in for some good Rowan women's lacrosse taking on Ursinus Bears. Both teams 1-0 coming in. Both dominant victories they had, 16-5 for the Rowan Lacrosse over Drew on Wednesday. And for Ursinus, they took down Albright College 18-4 at home. So their first road game, the first home game of the season here, Aiden, for the Pross. And they're looking to take down Ursinus, who looked like they were out of it for a while, but they're marching back pretty easily.
Yeah, they are not. I mean, it looked like Rowan's offense was going to continue to dominate after the first half, but they've had a slow start here in the start of the second half. And Ursinus, they definitely haven't had a slow start. They have been stealing possessions every which way and finding ways to get this back to a 3-goal deficit. And if their defense can keep up, you never know what that deficit could possibly turn into a lead.
Pross on the attack. Just things back out. Mishandled there by Burke. High pass. Burke already with the hat trick. 3 goals. Gets off into Lombardo. Now back. Parallel to the goal. Lockhart has that one girl earlier.
Ooh.
Her shot deflected off.
Went off the post, I believe. I heard a little bit of a cling. And I believe that was a post. Unless it was the stick of the goaltender in Hubs. Looks like there's going to be a free position shot. It'll be a third of the day here for the Pross. Burke had one, Molly Green had another, and now it looks to be Fiona Lockhart looking to get her second goal of the afternoon if she does convert on it. Once whistle resumes play. Around 9 minutes left in this third period. Just waiting on the clock. Lockhart left side facing. Lockhart. This one a bounce shot. Misses wide left. And that time, Camille Hubbs stands strong. The Pross will still have possession. This is down low. Lockhart this time off the bounce. Gets it to go. Her second goal would have got it on the free position shot, but she said, I'll do it the harder way, and gets it to go. And now 11-7, a 4-goal advantage here for the Pross. Yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, had the free position shot, but this time catches it in the middle and swiftly gets it by Hubs on the ground as well. And just like that, a pretty big goal for the Pross as Ursinus had 2 unanswered to start the half, and now the Pross answer back, now making a 4-goal deficit.
Lombardo and McCann at the middle. First goal for, second goal. 2 goals have been scored by Ursinus in this period, 1 by the Pross. It's under 9 minutes to go in this third period. Both teams, again, haven't lost a game, their first one. As the Pross will gain possession with Shivo. Passing it near side. This pass too high. Out of the extending arm reach there. Gets it into Green. It's going to be a foul.
Ursinus fans once again saying some kind words to the refs.
Kind, very pleasant words.
As always.
There's definitely a push from behind. Lombardo scoops it up. Going left or right, trying to go around the defender of Mashad. Gets it batted away. Molly Green looking to scoop it up. That time will be a foul called against the Pross or Ursinus. Look to speed things up. There's out of now with possession for the Bears. High pass top of the field. They're looking to go the distance. Cut this lead back to at least 3. They're behind the goal, left to right. Just turn it off. Shooting the pass, Julie McCann. Now to Mashad. Gets it to her sister, Jamie Mashad. Swung on to here by McCann. Oh, the pass from Olivo. At Adams. Just down low, scoop catch.
look here.
I believe a free position. So we'll see if Ursinus can capitalize, because this could be a pretty big goal here to get it back to 3.
We set up right around the middle. Shot. This one wide right. So another free position missed, this time by the Bears. And the Profs gain possession, looking to push the pace. This one, a high pass, goes all the way, almost 3/4 down the field. So this one's scooped up, some numbers. Elena Corson has some daylight in front of her. One-on-one with the goalie. Shot is good. Elena Corson, that time gets it past Camille Hubbs. And it couldn't have been more wide open that time, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, what exactly you want. A great sequence from the Profs, because Rogers, just the threat of her being in the net, the shot was wide, and Molly Green scoops it up quickly, which is important because on the free position shot on this near side, or this left side for the Profs, they got the rebound and were able to get a goal off it, even though they didn't score on the free position. But Molly Green ended that chance and scooped it up and pushed it the other way. And I mean, a little bit of a high pass, but I mean, it was a perfect high pass because they completely forgot about a prop here on this, you know, middle near side, and it was one-on-one with the goalie, and that's typically what you don't really see too much in lacrosse.
Now scored 12-7, under 7 minutes to go in the third period. Now we've seen 4 goals combined between the two teams in this period. Now we've got 3 goals as well for Corson, so 2 Profs already with the hat trick, and they had 4 against Drew. So Lombardo and McCann will be the 2 to face off in the middle again. Hope to set off. Do just that. Ursinus looking to track it down. Couple of Prof jerseys, Molly Green and Lombardo in the middle of it. Looks like Molly Green's gonna pick it up, and she just does that.
You can see why Molly Green's one of the team's better players. Just so good at, you know, ending possible question marks when it comes to who has possession.
It's now Lombardo, juked out a different defender in Machad. Now slow things out. Dishes it off, right side. Look for an opening. Playtime on the shot clock. Profs looking to add to their lead. Dish it near side to O'Brien. Bryan now back to Green. Out of Lombardo. Lombardo high pass. Gets it over behind the goal. Into Gillen. Gillen had that nice coast-to-coast goal earlier. Corson tried to get the basket catch that time. Still on the ground, the ball is, and picked up that time by McCann of Ursinus. Ursinus trying to capitalize off the turnover, get things going their direction. 5:40 to go. Ursinus going top to bottom of the field. It's picked up off the turnover, this time by Gillen. Gillen dishes up ahead, some room to work with. Lockhart, right side, this one off the chest there. That time of Hubbs, and a great stop by the sophomore goalkeeper in Camille Hubbs.
Yeah, what a save. I mean, it's cold out here, so you know that one's going to hurt tomorrow, but a great save and being able to stay in there. Lockhart fired that one, but it wasn't able to find home.
Jamie Machad on the push, going right to left. Almost loses the handle. Maybe still Ursinus possession, so Lombardo's stick must have hit against Machad. Ursinus, about a minute of shot clock time. To get back on the board and cut it to at least 4. We've cut it to 3 twice. It's that one, scoop back. Right to left, off the spin. It's Leonzi who had that goal earlier. Back into Machad, going right to left. Back off the spin.
Some great defense here.
Right to left into Machad again. Shaw dish it, try to get it a little closer. This one, scoop down off the left. Looks like he's gonna set up another free position.
Actually, no, it's just
was
going
not.
to be Rowan possession. I was wondering because I heard sticks clash. I didn't know which what they were going to call it on, but I saw Rowan celebrate a little bit, so I kind of had a feeling that they were going to get the call in their favor. But good defense is, Rogers picking up another save.
The Profs with possession, 4:13 remaining in the third period. You're tuning in, 12-7. Profs on top, looking for their second straight victory. I'm Justin Locke, alongside me, Aiden Doherty. Here on this Saturday, chilly afternoon, Glassboro.
Chilly's definitely the word to use. It is cold.
Pass up ahead to Lombardo as they pass midfield. Getting the dish off into Gillen. Over now, parallel backside of the goal. Catch over near Lombardo. Out of Corson. Corson passes it back. Lockhart, now to Gillen. Cross controlling the tempo. With a dish it off top. To Lombardo. Now right side. High pass over the top of the goal. Cross using the clock well into Lombardo. Now right side. A little bit of separation trying to create. As a player hits the ground for Rowan. And Lombardo goes left to right. Bounce shot, scooped up. Reflection that time by Hubbs. She throws it and it's turned right over the other direction. That time, Shivo with the takeaway.
But the line, I think she didn't get it before it exited on this left side. So they're gonna have to call that one back. But Hubbs kind of almost a crucial turnover off a good save. But luckily it doesn't come back to bite for Ursinus.
So Ursinus will have the possession now. A little swarming defense. There she gives it back off into Hubbs. Ursinus trying to get it past midfield, almost gets it taken away that time from Corson. It's her pass deflected off the stick there of Lynette Corson.
Yeah, good stick work by Corson.
Corson, a little bit of a smooth, hits the deck. There's going to be another green card handed out. Obviously, they did that one earlier to Noto. See who this one's assessed to. That time, Corson got whacked from behind between 2 or 3 different Ursinus Bears. But for the Profs, they'll get the ball back with 2:15 to go in the third period. Dished off into the Lockhart. Bounce her pass over right side.
Yeah, so 6 on 5 here on this left side.
See, the Profs can work it to their benefit. It's Gillen. Dishes over the top into Green. Green left to right with the juke. See if she can get inside. Kind of dials in and finds an easy way to the goal. She throws the stick down afterwards. Molly Green uses the speed to her advantage. And the Profs adding to their lead here in Glassboro.
Yeah, good work by Molly Green to carve her way inside, but good job by her teammates also. When they saw she was going right, they kind of cleared out to go left so that she had that isolation on that right side. And if Molly Green's in isolation, you better call for help. And she put that one away, and just like that, I mean, we were talking about how Ursinus could possibly come back in this one. I think Rowan kind of is shutting that down right now.
Because we see multiple times where Ursinus will get the 2-goal kind of back-to-back, but after that, it just seems like Rowan has the answer, and that lead 13-7. Is that earlier, that green card that was assessed, it was to Mary Michaud. So Michaud and Noto are the two with those green cards. So McCann and Lombardo in the middle. Shooting that was Grace Lynch in the middle for Ursinus. Lombardo gets possession for the Profs. Around a minute and a half to go in the third period. Profs looking to add even more to their score. And they scored 16 against Drew. They've already got 13 here. And we haven't finished the third period. Green slowing things down. Gets it to Burke. Green dishes off into Burke. Burke left or right. This one, pass over the top. Behind the goal. Gillen gets the reception. She gets whacked, gets it off into Green. Left or right with the juke. Green just the one defender in front of her. Now going parallel behind the goal. It's under a minute to go in the third. Pass, give it off into Green. Hand off, this time into Burke. Burke, push from behind, loses handle of the ball. Ursinus look to corral it in. That'll be a foul that time against Burke.
They got 30 seconds to go.
Crucial possession here to close out the third period for Ursinus. Yeah, got the distance of the field. Going the other way is going to be Andrea Hook. Slowing things down as the Ursinus faithful screaming for them to take at least a shot.
Yeah, they only got 8 seconds. They got to get something.
Got under 5 now. Could try to do a wraparound most likely, and they shoot, and it's off. And another great stop that time by Mel Rogers. It was wide left.
Seeing if there was a possible whistle. No, okay. Just seemed like the refs were looking at each other and all the players kind of stopped for the moment, but that's going to be the end of the third period.
Yeah, so Rowan up 13-7. Now got 3 girls with hat tricks: Elena Corson, Molly Green, and Callista Burke. Justin Locke and Dr. back after the 2 minutes for the fourth period. Back here on Rowan Athletics, I'm Justin Locke, alongside me, Aiden Doherty, for some Rowan women's lacrosse now. About to start the fourth period, and they're up 13-7. Multiple scorers: Elena Corson, Molly Green, and Callista Burke, all with 3 goals each. They got 9 of the 13 pro goals. Lockhart only 1 goal away from a hat trick. She's got 2. Gillen has 1. Lombardo with 1. She started things off. But Aiden, it has been, again, every time it looks like Ursinus has an initial push, it just seems like the Rowan fires right back, and after those 2 goals early in the first 3 minutes of the third period, Ursinus has not an answer.
Yeah, Rowan's just battle tested. I mean, they have, responded to adversity pretty much this whole game. Any chance, any slight of adversity where it feels like Ursinus has all the momentum, Rowan gets that back pretty quickly. And that's what they're doing right now is, once this game was down to 3 goals, they've scored 3 straight since then. And they've opened the game wide open. But Rowan just does a great job offensively. They're very fundamentally sound. I think that's one thing you notice in a game like this, especially early in the season. If you're fundamentally sound now, I can only imagine what they'll be like come April.
So for Ursinus, they're down now by 6. Cross possession to start here at the fourth period. Green gets the reception, going left to right on the timeline, gets it into Corson. course, some real estate in front of her, trying to split through the lane, goes right directly at the goal, top shelf, and Elena Corson now leading the way, got 4 goals. She's got 7 so far through this young season.
Ooh, she went on a breakaway and had her defender kind of not stopping her, just running, and then made her flip her hips, and then went to the inside, a little bit of almost like a Euro step for the basketball fans out there, and then got inside, and you know, she was coming with full speed all the way at Hubs, and that's just a tough shot to stop.
Yeah, 15 seconds exactly used there by the Profs to add to their score. Now 14-7, the largest goal lead, I should say margin, so far throughout this game. So far through, again, 3 games and 3 periods, I should say. The Profs have scored already 30 goals on this season. Lombardo in the middle with McCann to face off. Profs wearing the white jerseys, if you're just tuning in. Ursinus wearing red with the Bears.
I mean, Rowan's only 14 minutes from their 9th straight win between these two programs.
Off the face-off. As this one is won by Molly Green. Save back. And that'll be a green card assessed again. I believe to another Ursinus player. That'll be the 3rd of the afternoon.
Yeah, I believe that might have been McCann, I want to say, that was sent off.
It does look like it was McCann that is sent off, so.
And a little bit of a stick change. It looks like Lombardo went off to get a new stick. It's not rocking the, must be like a black netting stick this time. maybe it'll bring her luck.
You never know. Selena Corson gets it off the reception. Into Gillen. Now a little bit of a wraparound attempt. Gets it back out. Lombardo. Swung 2 pass. Now Lockhart will get it. Parallel with the goal. Gillen. Back off the feed. That one. Tried to shoot it, but the ball was in her stick. A little bit of an effort on the ground trying to pick it up. It is picked up by Ursinus. Pass over the top. Running the other direction is Sarah Child. She gets whacked from behind off the stick.
Another green card.
That time looked to be Lockhart. So both number 6s get the green card there. She whacked the Ursinus Bear, that time being Sarah Child, from behind. So Ursinus, past midfield, spin things off. She turns it right over. And there's some room to work with for the Profs. It has one defender to beat. Dished it off, thought about it. That time by Lowry, just to Green. And the fast break slowed down here by the Bears on defense.
Yeah, good defense from the defender to not make this an easy transition opportunity for the Profs and force them to slow down.
So now Gillen slowing things out. Gets it off, high pass in Lombardo. Lombardo just left side. Tried to run through, and another time where the Bears prevent the shot from even getting taken. It was Burke's attempt. Now on the break.
Now they have numbers.
Jamie Machad. A little bit of a 3-on-4, should say 4-on-3. Slowing things down to Machad. Drew things back out. And Leone. Again, break slowed down. So Machad dishes it in, mishandled. Picked up by Ursinus, trying to corral it in. Foul be assessed. Looks like this could be free position, and it will be right around the middle. An opportunity here for Ursinus to get back on the board. And they shoot it, and they score. So the Bears back on the board off the free position shot. Something they missed earlier in the game that turned into a fast break for the Profs, but cut the lead, 14-8 now. Still 12:30 9 remaining, so plenty of time here, Aiden, for the Bears to try to at least tie it.
Number 22.
Yeah, of course. They did a good job. After Rowan scored 15 seconds into this period, you know, they responded. They played great defense, and now they responded with a goal of their own. So, you know, there is a lot of time. I mean, it's going to be a tough task for Ursinus to come back in this one, but look, lacrosse can be a game where you can score in bunches, and that's what the Pros have kind of done today. It's maybe what Ursinus can possibly do here in this fourth.
That goal scored by Buckner, first of the season, off that free position. And 12:39 remaining. Face off in the middle. Okay, we've seen a couple of instances where Ursinus sees that one goal and they get pushing, and they're doing it right here. They actually will look to lose possession as the foul there.
Yeah, good defense by Shivo. Staying with the play from behind and kind of forcing the ball loose. And now here comes Rowan the other way.
Rowan the other direction, picking up the speed. Dish off right side. Corson looking to go at the goal. Her shot looks to find the way, and that's 5 goals for Elena Corson. She is collecting them pretty easily. That time, right side, upper left corner goes to go.
Yeah, another great goal as always. Just Corson just found her way inside. It was not the easiest angle to score at, and it sounded like it went off the post and then into the net. So some great aim from Corson. Also great setup from Harris, who kind of pushed it in transition and set up that one.
So now 15 goals here for Rowan. As that response back after your Ursinus goal, again, only 20 seconds ran off. So another face-off we'll see between Ursinus and Lacrosse on the Prof logo.
Eva Corson already up to her 8th now on the season, already in game number 2 here.
This one pops up. Lacrosse gain possession. In the other direction be Shivo. Shivo splits through a pair of defenders. Lacrosse looking to keep things going. Green will get the possession. Now Lombardo. Now left side. Burke, now to Lombardo. Down near side into Harris. Now behind the goal goes for the Profs. Taking things back out into Lombardo. Now to Harris. Harris swings it. Parallel side here for Corson. Now back there for Lowry. Now Lombardo. Going left to right. Trying to juke past her defender. Shouted into Harris.
Nicholas Burke tried to cut in, thought she had it.
Now Corson gets doubled. Now dished off behind the goal into Lowry. Now with 20 on the shot clock. Try to split through the middle there on the cut. Green picks it back up. Green tries to spin it off. Dish it down low. It was intended there for Lombardo. Now right to left goes Corson. Looks to scoop it up. She is to deck. And looks to be a foul there called on Ursinus.
That's clutch for the Pros. Now going to get a free position shot with 6 seconds to go on the shot clock.
6 seconds. Looks to be Callista Burke. Going to look for her 4th goal if she does connect on this one. And Burke fires. And I believe
they're going to wave it off.
Not going to count. It did hit the back of the net, right corner, but
might have been inside the circle. We're going to see the refs are still trying to talk it out. The shot clock went off.
Yeah.
But the goal was scored. It was, are they just going to redo it? I believe they look to be in the same position, but we're going to have to see if the shot clock changes as well. Are they going to set it back to 6? or even lower possibly, or are they going to just give them a fresh 90? We'll see, as it looks like there's still 90 on the shot clock, but they're still looking back.
10:38 remaining. 15-8.
They're counting down from 60 now. And it's just going down. Are we going to have to sit here for another 40 seconds as it goes down to 6?
See, I assume, because they can just put the number down, but it's still going to...
No, it looks like they're ready to resume play, or maybe they aren't. We might have to sit here until there's 6 seconds on the shot clock, because that's what it was before the shot, and I don't know if they have like our full reset button.
I assume they would have used it, but...
Yeah, right now, look, we're at 24, so right now it looks like we're going to be going all the way down to 6. They were able to set it to 60, and we've been counting down from 60, and now we're at 16. We'll see if they're going to... Yeah, it looks like they're going to stop it at about 6. We'll see. This is the first time I've ever seen this, Justin.
Yeah. Right at 6, clock's still running.
Yeah, they didn't stop it. Now the clock's about to 2 seconds they set it down to. So this is going to have to be a quick fire.
To Burke. Immediate fire. Too strong. A laser in there. Set up things for Ursinus. So a long wait for the Profs.
It's an interesting
Doesn't get it to work. Molly Green trying to shadow there against Hubs. It's picked up here for Ursinus. Split through. Pair of defenders there for the Profs. Now top of the field. Long range pass, too high. That one going there near that shed we used to talk about for soccer all the time.
Yeah, that shed took some beating in the soccer season, and it has yet to take a beating today in the lacrosse season.
So now near side, Shivo picking up her speed. It's under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th period. You're just tuning in. Justin Locke alongside me, Aiden Doherty. 15-8 the score of Profs for their first home victory this season. First home game as well. It's Lombardo. Gets it back out into Burke. Burke left to right. Tries to juke around the defender. Tries to shadow it into Harris. That one kicked away off the foot of Corson. But picks it up. She does. A little bit of tangle.
Nice pass.
She gets it in. Down low. A shot. Blocked that time from Hubs.
She was inside the circle with the foot, but that would have been, what a sequence that would have been for the process. Corson got it out quickly and did a good job getting it to Gillen, and then that pass in front almost finished. Obviously, foot was in the crease, also was saved on top of that as well. But it was a good passing sequence from the Profs.
There's a little bit of mishandle as gets run over that time. It was Gillen. There's a little bit of mishandling here near side. About 5 or 6 different jerseys trying to corral it in. Foul there against Ursinus gives possession back to the Profs. Slowing things down here. Clock still running for the Profs. And a Molly Green. Green, far shot, another laser, this time wide right and high.
Whew, that was quick.
But Profs still have possession. Trish Gillen behind. Look to dish it in, gets it Green. Green, bottom of the net. There for Molly Green, adding to her scoring display. And 8:04. And now 16 goals have been scored in both games here, Aiden, for the Profs this season.
Yeah, Molly Green, I mean, on a backdoor cut, catches it, and it's just her and the goalie. And I know who I'm taking in that matchup, and that's Molly Green. And Molly Green was able to put that one away. And once again, this scoring output by the Profs has just been so dominant, now already up to 16 goals.
So still 8 minutes remaining in this contest. 16-8.
They scored 16 against Ursinus last year in their matchup. Ursinus scored 11, though, as well. So it's kind of looking like a similar story to the game they played in 2023, about 367 days ago, I should be exact.
It's Lombardo in the middle of face-off for Rowan. It was her and Buckner who had that late goal. As Ursinus looking to make a little bit of a push. This with Mary Machad. Dishes it off. Right side, that time into Vizian. Now parallel to the goal was the Bears. Over the top, pass mishandled. Crowd in on that right side. Dish to Machad. Slowing things down. 7:30 remaining. That right side. We'll try to inch closer to Rogers.
Ooh,
nice move. That one going wide right. The deflection still remains Bears possession. Slow things out. That was DiCiato. Now running through the middle. This time snagged by Rogers. It was a one-on-one opportunity. Get stopped, almost turned it over here. A little bit of a run here for Jenna O'Neill. Neal fires it up ahead. Kenna Lockhart with possession. Mishandles it after the great defensive stop. That time by Buckholder. Another pass mishandled between Ursinus and the Pross, but it'll be a foul from behind. So with just over 6.5 to go, Ursinus looking to get back on the board. A little bit of push from behind there, right in front of the Ursinus bench. See whose possession it is. Probably last touched off the stick there of Rowan. But it actually is Rowan possession, excuse me. Killing with the ball, gets it into Lombardo. Pass to Harris. Ding back out. Down low, and that's Fiona Lockhart again. Bottom right corner. Finds the opening against Hubs for the third time this afternoon. And lead now the largest of the game, 17-8.
Yeah, good job by Lockhart. Kind of flashed right before the goal. Made a nice catch on the pass inside, and then fired it quickly just before Hubs could even, slide over to that left side of the net, and got it by with the breeze. Now Rowan's again, their offensive output still going on. They had 19 in their first game this year. Now they're up to 17 here in the second one, with still some time to go. They're also now at the 4 goals in this fourth period.
Went full of the face-off between Lombardo and Buckner. Again, 6:05 remaining in the fourth period. Largest goal margin of the game by 9, 17-8. That one mishandled. Ursinus going to get the possession. Going left or right. Scooped out that time by the Pross and Weiser. She gets whacked from behind. Foul on the Bears. So clock still running. Pushing near the top of the field. That one taking it back. Another mishandle play by the Bears. Now passing midfield, left to right on the timeline. Another scoop turnover. Bears outnumbered here on the break. And looks to be a yellow handed out.
Looked like crossed the line. That's why drew the yellow.
This Buckner will be the one to have possession once clock is resumed. 5:18 remaining.
Still waiting on something.
Another player running on here for the Pros.
Some late substitutions.
That'd be Helmick.
Seven on 6 advantage here for Ursinus. The referees are talking over on the far side. Wonder what the conversation is about. Maybe it's about the yellow that was handed out, but they're walking back onto the field. So,
yeah, yellow card was on Elena Corson. He's had a monster game in this one. 5 goals and that 1 assist. But finally get to resume play. And talk about that 7 on 6 advantage. Ursinus going to capitalize on it. Dish it down low and then Noto, and they do convert. Noto gets the assist. Now low, and Ursinus back on the board, 17-9. Still 5 minutes remaining here in the 4th period.
And just good possession. I mean, once again, it was kind of similar to the last goal by Rowan, where they flashed right before the net, got by on the backdoor cut, and just caught it, turned, fired, and I mean, that's a tough save to make.
15, Maeve Leonzi.
That was by Maeve Leonzi, her second goal of this game.
Yeah, Leonzi coming off a hat trick, so has 2 in this one as well now.
Did that one, I believe was one of the first 2 goals for Ursinus in that first period. Hasn't scored since, but now back on the board for her. Again, last time between these two teams, it was 16-11 right now, 17-9. So we got 5:09 remaining. This would be Buckner in the middle here with Lombardo. Off the face-off, high one. Right in front of the Ursinus bench. Green tracks it down. And Leah Corkill came into the game. Turns it right over, and Ursinus looking to go on the break. Dishes down low, right to left. Nice juke move. Has to go diagonal side of the goal. Taking their time. There's Ursinus. Trying to get it back into the goal. Going left to right. That stick from behind. Corkill trying to track it down, but it's picked up. Oh, the stick by Noto. Now Buckner. Right side, high pass.
Ooh.
That's turned right over. And Rowan going the other direction. Montanaro with the interception.
And a snatch right out of the air. It wasn't even deflected, just snatched.
It's Gillen. Running far side. Spross looking to cut back in. Pass over the top into Burke. Burke's got a hat trick on the afternoon, as well as Molly Green. And as well as Elena Corson, who's got 5, has possession right now. Gillen. Back to Corson. Parallel of the goal. Get it into Hoffmaster. They'll be mishandled, out of play, so Ursinus picking it back up. Guess and they're pushing it. Cherneski, one of their key stars that came back all first team Centennial Conference. Going left to right. Gonna bounce out. Bounce shot, left side, no good. Still Ursinus possession. So we approach 3 minutes. After the 4th period, that one kicked. Left foot save that time by Rogers. Slow things down. Pass from DiCiato. Trying to run right side diagonal. Give it back to Noto. This is off back into Mashad. Up to right with the juke. Frost doing a good job of keeping it away. That time caught again by Mel Rogers. Looked like a brick wall the last couple of tries from the Bears.
And now up to 6 saves.
So under 2.5 to go in the fourth period. Pass dished over the top, scooped up by Gillen. Give it off to. The starters are out for the Lacrosse. Hoffmaster gets it in. This will be Callista Burke behind the goal, right side. So exactly 2 minutes remaining in the fourth period. Just tuning in, Justin Locke and Aiden Doherty on the call. It's Corson. It's passing to Burke. 40 on the shot clock. Just in Lombardo. Lombardo. Juice past her defender. Shot on goal. Off the post and in. What a move from Lombardo, and the shot was even better. Adding to their scoring barrage is Lacrosse. And it's now 18-9.
Ooh, you saw that move.
Yeah.
Because well, that was a beautiful move to get to the inside and to the left side of the defender and just got by with ease. And Lombardo just, I mean, easy finish as well for her. I mean, one-on-one with the net and got it off the post and in. And I think that might be the best goal we've seen so far through this whole game. It's now doubled the score of Ursinus as well.
18-9. Got a minute 36 left here in the fourth period. Lacrosse gain possession off the face-off. That last call by Lombardo was her second of the afternoon. This is a dish near side to Gillen. Now perpendicular behind the goal. Left side into Burke. Burke trying to get around her defender. This time in Luschner. Lombardo gets it off, Cole bounces. About a 30-second difference between game clock and shot clock. High pass, corralled in. Now left side, gets it back into Lombardo. For under a minute. Pass into Gillen. Now Lockhart. Aside into Burke. Burke looking for a receiver, he got 30 on the shot clock. That's right difference. Lombardo loses the handle on it, and the Bears pick it up. Gets swatted from behind, gets fouled. That time off the stick there of DiGiacomo. Clock still running. I'm going to push the other direction for Ursinus. That time was DiCiato. Going to get one last attempt here against Rogers. Spin move. Bounce shot is a pretty one. Would be Grace Litch again. That was a tough shot. There's only a couple of seconds left on the clock.
That's tough, and she had the awareness to kind of know that there wasn't much time left. And I mean, two defenders right by her side, and she got it in. Grace Lynch once again, just continuing to be dominant in this one now, up to with her 4th goal.
And now 7 on the season, so she's had a great 2-game stretch. One of their key players last year again, Centennial first team all-conference. Though with 4.1 seconds, most likely nothing will happen here unless we see the greatest shot of all time.
The 9-point shot we're going to witness here.
It's now 18.
Or 9 goal shot, I should say.
18-10. This one will pop in the air. And that'll do it. The Rowan Lacrosse take care of business, 18-10. It was 16-11 last year, Aiden.
Rowan Lacrosse.
It's 18-10 here for them today, and it was a mixed scoring barrage. I mean, it always seemed like the Lacrosse had their number. Lockhart got a hat trick. Gillen had a goal. 2 from Lombardo, 5 from Elena Corson, 4 from Molly Green, 3 from Callista Burke. So we talked about it. 4 girls had the hat trick against Drew, and now 4 girls here today against Ursinus Bears, also with 4 hat tricks.
Yeah, I mean, a dominant offensive outpour, and not just this game, but their last game as well. I mean, they're now up to 37 goals in the span of 2 games to start the season. I mean, we're just in February, and they just seem so fundamentally sound. They just make good passes. They make good decisions. They don't rush possessions. They slow them down, and they rush when they have to. And their offense has just been unstoppable, and they're starting another season with wins against Drew and Ursinus. So a little bit of deja vu for the last season so far.
As you talked about, Drew and Ursinus, they beat. So 37 goals combined. They've only allowed 16, so they've looked relatively at the top again. They were second in the preseason poll. The only team they weren't ranked higher than was, of course, TCNJ's won 13 of the 14 NJAC titles since they started that just, again, 14 years ago. For the Rowan, the next time they will play March 2nd at 12 o'clock. That'll be in Hoboken. Then they come back here in Glassboro on March 6th against Washington. That's at 4 o'clock. Then they go on the road back to Susquehanna. Then they're back here Skidmore. So a lot of games where you don't get back-to-backs. It's really home away, home away, home away.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 games on the road, March 23rd, March 27th. You get at Cabrini and then Stevenson. You know, Christopher Newport back here. And then get some NJAC games that round off the year. You get Kane, Stockton, Ramapo, TCNJ, and Montclair State. And TCNJ this season is coming to your place. So definitely a statement game. A team they've matched up really well in the regular season wise, but again, haven't taken them down in that conference final, which they played them 3 years in a row.
Yeah, it's early in the season, but man, this team looks good. And I mean, you're already circling that TCNJ date on your calendar. So it's hard to look ahead, too far ahead. I know as a team, they're definitely not looking too far ahead. They're definitely a game-by-game basis. But this team has looked great so far, and they look like they can be true competitors in the NJAC and to TCNJ, who is seen as the clear favorite.
Yeah, for Ursinus, their next game will be on Wednesday against Arcadia, and they have a tough schedule on their hands, a lot of top Centennial teams, and they'll take on 2 different teams in the top 25, the Widener being one of those teams, and Washington College, a common matchup between the 2 teams. But any final thoughts, Aiden, before we sign off here in this great outcome, 18-10 final?
No, it's cold. Let's get out of here. I'm sure the players want to get out of here. It's cold. Good win, and let's move on.
So again, I was Justin Locke. Next to me was my broadcast partner, Aiden Doherty. Hopefully you enjoyed the game, and hopefully you enjoyed the rest of your day.